Now, to close us in prayer, I want to ask Reverend Rochelle Robinson to come at this time and to close this remembrance and this memorial service to the precious people whose lives were taken on 5/14, to those who were injured, and to the survivors. We want to end with a moment of prayer.
All right, everybody, we have been listening to this very poignant service here in Buffalo, honoring the 10 lives lost. We heard a moment of silence. We heard chimes for those names. I believe there was a reading of the names as well, as we're hearing from city and state leaders here. Of course, many people are celebrating Mother's Day today. But this is the first Mother's Day in which people in this community don't have their loved ones at their table, perhaps, all because a self-described white supremacist gunned down 10 people, all of whom were black.
We are rooted.
I want to go ahead and bring in now Tremaine Lee. He is the host of the Into America podcast, who has been there watching and listening. And Tremaine, I know that your voice is probably going to be low too, as people are watching this ceremony and observing and commemorating. But how is the community doing? What are people telling you?
Let us pray.
You know, Lindsay, it's hard to really get your arms around how a community feels in a moment like this. For many of us, it's been a year, and we're commemorating what was stolen from this community. But I talked to one young woman who said, for many people who live here, it feels as if they're still living in that very day. And so when we ask folks about what healing looks like and how they're healing, many people have a different understanding of that. Is it acknowledging what happened? Is it finding a way to move forward? But this community, you can hear behind me now, gathered around this tent with state and local leaders, pouring their hearts out, right? Commemorating this cruel irony of today being Mother's Day and celebrating those who gave life, but also among the dead were mothers and grandmothers. And you can see behind me, this community is coming together on this place that is so solemn, this grocery store, where a year ago, 2 minutes ago, the shooting started. And so even though we're recognizing this as a year, this community is still very much in the throes of trying to figure out how it moves forward. I was at a church service earlier, and one of the pastors mentioned that hopefully the blood of the victims will fertilize this ground in this community to grow back a new kind of Buffalo with strength. And so while folks are trying to figure their way to making the road by walking it, folks are turning towards love. You know, we spoke to one pastor earlier who spoke to that point. Let's take a listen.
It's a roller coaster, you know. Grief comes when it wants to. It shows up unexpectedly, but we have the strength of our Lord to keep us welled and grounded in, to be able to look for something outside of that grief. So we have our moments, we embrace it, but then we look to the hills and we just begin to smile and trust God from that moment on. So I feel like the community is just grateful that they're not in it by themselves, but the world is taking notice to it as well.
Mayor Byron Brown, the mayor here in Buffalo, noted in his remarks a little bit ago that since the shooting here at Top Supermarket, where 10 black folks were murdered, there have been 650 mass shootings. So unfortunately, Buffalo is not alone in trying to heal. But this was, again, a specific kind of hurt heaped upon this black community, a white supremacist with a gun. And let's not forget, white supremacy created the boundaries around this community, which ripped it of resources, which divested from this community. And so again, while this community is trying to do their best to come together and heal, it is certainly no easy feat, Lindsay.
And Tremaine, that history part is fascinating. I'm wondering if we can dive into that a little bit further here. But also, I mean, you mentioned, how many shootings we've had since then, our movie theaters, our banks, our schools, our grocery stores. I mean, this is really the only grocery store in this neighborhood here. People have to keep coming here just to do something simple like get a gallon of milk, something we all do every day, and they're reminded of this tragedy. I'm just wondering if you heard that sentiment at all in your interviews.
Certainly. And you talked about, leaning into the construction of this community in the first place, where you have highways, you have red lines that were literally drawn around black communities where black folks couldn't purchase or insure homes outside of those red lines. This is one of those communities. We talk a lot about disinvestment and lack of resources. This is a food desert where there are very little resources in this community, where 80+% of the black people in this city live east of Main Street. So we talk about hyper-segregated communities with lack of resources, with lack of investment, and then structural inequality that created these spaces where a gunman with ill intentions could come to this place because he knew how black it would be. He knew when he came here on a Saturday morning that the black community would be out en masse. And so while this shooting was a tragedy in and of itself, and 10 lives lost, and those who survived the physical wounds, but also the emotional wounds, this is just one layer of the kind of violence, the abstract and real violence that this community has wrestled with time and time again. And so for many folks, again, they say, while we're all looking at this as 1 year, folks are still living it, but this is only one kind of pain. This community has been suffering for a very long time from a myriad of issues. And so a number of people have also organized politically around this. Folks who had been on the sidelines saying, I want to be a part of the change in Buffalo. And so while there is much pain and much divides, this community is trying to, again, make this road by walking it, Lindsay.
All right. Trymaine Lee, thank you so much for your reporting. Appreciate it.